Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to a short video, or at least a somewhat short video, on me talking about startup combos for Street Fighter. Now, I decided to do this because I've already been starting it up with games like Injustice 2 and of course Soul Calibur. So I thought it'd only be fair for me to start with also doing this on Street Fighter. So today we'll start with one of the easiest characters and one of my very first few characters that I started with when I first started playing back in Street Fighter, the original, which is Ken. Now, of course, Ken in Street Fighter originally could only be accessed by activating player 2. So, yeah, that's how I got Ken. But anyway, beyond that, I was playing Ken for quite some time, so I thought that we should talk and start off by talking about startup combos for Ken. And while this will be maybe a short video, and shorter than most of my other videos than you're used to, I thought that this would be a good time to just start off. Now, what do I mean by startup combo? Well, startup combos, of course, if you do or do not know, are basically just a way to have enough frames to cancel into another move. For instance, you can do something like the hit kick Duken, and then maybe go into a Shoryuken, or you can do like Shoryuken to the hit kick Duken to maybe like a heavy punch, to a Hadouken, or whatever it is. Basically, the startup combo is just a frame of reference, like what you're going to do to start off your combo. It could even be something as simple as a kick into like the Shoryuken or the Hadouken, which again, it's a very simple combo. But again, like I've said, it is just a startup. It's what you use to start up your move. Now, most of the time, if you do the startup right, and if you are able to connect all your moves, you will be able to most likely just kick your opponent into a situation where now they have to just sit back and watch and wait for the combo to end, or wait for something to happen to where they can move out of the way. Obviously, that's the only reason why combos, that's one of the main reasons why combos are so useful. Now, a combo isn't exactly always going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. Many people get this wrong, and many people think that if they do a 30-hit combo, a 40-hit combo, especially if you're playing online, then they're doing a great combo. But, I mean, a combo is nothing more than a way to knock your opponent into thinking mode. Okay, they're going to try to knock me into this. Now, how am I going to counter that? And, I mean, that's really what combos are all about. And even in tournaments, a lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, you won't see someone doing like a 40, 50-hit combo all the time, unless, of course, for some reason they get the room and the safety for it. And obviously, sometimes you'll see that happen, especially in competitive gaming. But 9 out of 10 times, you'll see more characters playing with a set mind that they're going to just get as many hits as they can and pull off as much as they can. And I mean, that's the problem with combos these days, is many people think a combo is anything that has to deal with 40, 50, even 30 or 20 hits, But in the general perspective of things, especially as you can see here with me trying V-Trigger 2, a combo is nothing more than just a simple, a simple hat trick, if you will. And usually that's exactly what it is. It's just a simple hat trick to create some style and some anticipation, if not some excitement among the stage. At least in competitive gaming, that's exactly what a combo is for. Obviously, more people now don't realize that combos are, most people now think that combos are just something that are like, get as many hits as you can pull off, do as many hits as you can, because again, yeah, that's something you could do, but again, it's just something like, well, do you really want to do that, or are you just doing that to try and, or are you just doing that because you're trying your hardest to win? And that's kind of the question you have to ask yourself. But 9 out of 10 times, we now have more one-trick ponies or people who just do one move rather than trying to do, something like a multiple trick or trying to do, multiple things at once. You have more people now who are, give or take, wanting to, of course, just do whatever one trick they can. And as you can see from this online match, you'll see that happening where we have more one-trick ponies than we ever used to. But, I mean, again, it's part of the cause, it's part of the reason, the point where, when you're at a low rank or you're playing something like Soul Calibur,
Round 1.
For instance, Soul Calibur is notorious for having one-trick ponies. And, as you play Soul Calibur or something like that, you'll notice that there aren't very many variations that people will do. Like here, you'll see that this person ain't really doing a whole lot of variation. It's not really a move. It's not really like they're trying to do multiple movesets. They're just trying to do one thing, hoping that it'll end up with them getting the victory. And obviously, in this case, they do. For me. But I mean, that's exactly what we live in today's world when it comes to, playing the game. It's like not a lot of people are going to look for startup combos. Not a lot of people are going to look for stuff that's like a safe hit to start off with and to throw people into a motion. One of the other problems with with Street Fighter is the orientation of the internet. I mean, I was talking about this earlier today during my stream when we were recording, or when I did have a stream. This is a recording after I've done a stream, and I talked about how it would be so much better if Capcom or any fighting game actually made dedicated servers for Street Fighter, because, if there were dedicated servers for Street Fighter, competitive players like me, or even casual players, couldn't really cheat the system. I mean, again, we're on a peer-to-peer system, a peer-to-peer connection. And because it's a peer-to-peer connection, because it's a peer-to-peer system, we end up with someone having more latency than the other. And usually it's the Wi-Fi person that ends up having more latency because of the fact that they move a lot slower and they see things a lot slower than anyone on a wired connection will. And I mean, in general, that's the one thing that really throws me off for people, is that, they have to rely on so many little hat tricks, if you will, and so many just like a one-trick pony. But anyway, I mean, hopefully this has helped you understand startup combos, especially for Ken. I might do a Redux version eventually once I know a few more of the startup combos and a few more things that you can do with of course Ken. But as for now, yeah, this is it. So thank you, Accureye, for joining me today on this video. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification, because I know you'll know when my next video drops next. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for 4 to 5 hours usually. And Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday, I'm potentially trying to make it work to where I'm live for 2 to 3 hours. But with that being said, thank you, everybody, for joining me today on this video. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.